The United States is facing unprecedented numbers of seemingly random mass gun-related crimes. Experts have a variety of theories of causation, and stricter gun laws are steadily developed, but no relief is in sight. Check out these news stories of random and deadly gun incidents from across the country. Former Indianapolis FedEx employee Brandon Scott Hole went on a rampage on April 15, 2021 that took the life of 8 people. Early in 2020, Hole's mom called the police to report that she thought her son would harm himself in a bizarre manner by use of police force. FBI Indianapolis Special Agent in Charge, Paul Keenan, said in a statement to the press, the suspect was placed on an immediate detention temporary hold by the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. Police also seized a shotgun from Hole. The report states he had only just purchased it hours before. Police also searched his bedroom and found some unnamed items that prompted questioning by federal authorities. After questioning, however, it was determined that no crime had been carried out and there were no harmful ideologies at play. Brandon Hole was once again free on the street. Police say he arrived at the FedEx facility and began firing randomly as soon as he exited his car at approximately 11 p.m., the time most employees are taking a break or changing shifts. He took 4 in the parking lot and then took his rampage inside, where he took 4 more and finally his own. FedEx has a no phone policy that kept employees from calling for help. The entire incident was over in 4 minutes.
And I start hearing 6 shots at once, then I start hearing 10 shots at once.
Police arrived to find his body and 2 rifles inside the plant. No motive has been disclosed, but it was believed that Hole was emotionally disturbed. The targets of his rampage were between the ages of 19 and 74. They are Matthew R. Alexander, Samiria Blackwell, Amarjeet Johal, Yasvinder Kaur, Yaswinder Singh, Amarjeet Scone, Carly Smith, and John Weisert. It was the 3rd instance of its kind in Indianapolis since the start of 2021. Police found 9 firearms at the home of former NFL player Philip Adams. The man police say fired on a South Carolina doctor and his family, taking the lives of 6 people before his own. Police also found several notebooks filled with unusual symbols, emblems, and designs, along with cryptic wording in Adams' handwriting. Police say Adams turned the gun on himself after taking the lives of Dr. Robert Leslie, his wife Barbara, 2 grandchildren, and 2 air conditioning technicians working on a unit. 5 of the intended targets were found on the scene. The 6th was one of the air conditioning technicians who managed to call the police. He later passed away at the hospital. Police say Adams was a former patient of Dr. Leslie. Adams dropped his cell phone on the scene before witnesses saw him leaving on an ATV. Inside the home, investigators found 3 dozen casings for .45 caliber and 9mm ammunition. Adams, who lived on the same street as the doctor and his family, was found in his home.
Investigators say Adams' parents lived near the doctor's home in Rock Hill. Both he and his dad had been treated by Dr. Leslie in the past.
After a short standoff with the police, Adams turned the gun on himself. Police believe the motive to be anger that Dr. Leslie had stopped prescribing medication to Adams. Adams played as a cornerback for 7 different NFL teams. His last signing was with the Atlanta Falcons in 2015. Adams' father, Alonzo Adams, said Adams received many injuries during his football career, and he believes some of his concussions left lasting damage. He told WCNC of Charlotte, "I think the football messed him up." Jersey State Police responded to a home on East Commerce Street in Fairfield Township shortly before midnight. They found 30-year-old Kevin Elliott and 25-year-old Asia Hester from bullet wounds. 12 other people on the property were also injured from gunfire and taken to area hospitals for treatment. The names of the targets of the 90s-themed birthday party with at least 100 guests of all ages were not released.
There were several hundred people that were celebrating outside of this home when all of a sudden bullets started flying.
Police said a car drove by the residence as guests milled about the yard and opened fire before speeding off. Police quickly apprehended Kevin K. Dawkins, 36, who lives on the same street where the party took place, after an anonymous call alerted them to a suspicious armed person in a wooded area. They found him in a nearby town at approximately 1 a.m., lying beside a tree holding a gun in his hand. He offered no resistance and was taken into custody without incident. Police have declined to comment on a motive for the attack, but said it was targeted. Dawkins is charged with 4 gun-related charges, including one that accuses him of possessing a firearm as a felon. The investigation is ongoing, and police expect to find more people involved. A trial is pending. The incident caused public outrage in New Jersey, a state with the second strictest gun laws in the nation. Governor Phil Murphy said New Jersey's strict gun laws do not keep unlawful guns from crossing its borders. To control gun problems, the state needs help from the federal government, Murphy said in a press conference. Ahmad Al-Alawi Alyssa walked into a King Scoopers supermarket in Boulder, Colorado in March 2021 and opened fire on the 115 people shopping in the store and parking lot. He took the 10 people, including police officer Eric Talley. Alyssa, whose previous classmates described as short-tempered and angry, had purchased the gun 6 days before the incident. Witness statements report Alyssa got out of his vehicle at the market and immediately began firing before going inside, where his onslaught continued. Police arrived and stormed the store, but Alyssa fired on Officer Talley, who leaves behind a wife and family. Eventually, police fired at Alyssa, hitting him in the leg. He then took off his jeans, shirt, and tactical vest, leaving his guns behind, and surrendered. He refused to speak to the police after his apprehension, but asked to see his mom. Authorities identified his targets as Denny Strong, Nevin Stanisic, Ricky Olds, Trelona Bartkowiak, Suzanne Fountain, Terry Leaker, Kevin Mahoney, Lynn Murray, and Jody Waters. Alyssa was initially charged with 10 counts relating to the loss of life. In May 2021, Alyssa was charged with 13 additional attempted counts and dozens of sentence enhancers.
As you are aware, the prosecution has now filed additional charges against the defendants.
The additional charges name 8 new targets, people who were in or around the store when Alyssa opened fire but survived the event. He now faces 115 charges for his alleged role in the incident, including 47 sentence enhancers. His next court appearance is scheduled for late 2021. On May 23, 2021, 4 targets were found inside an apartment in West Jefferson, Ohio, with more found outside. Police are still investigating and have released little information. The targets have so far been identified only as 3 men and a female. The apartment complex is on a dead-end road, a fact police find suspicious, said West Jefferson Police Chief Chris Floyd. We don't know whether it's a target. We don't know at this point. Passers-by saw the carnage outside the apartment complex at approximately 5:50 p.m. and alerted police. The Ohio Bureau of Investigation and the Madison County Sheriff's Office assisted West Jefferson Police at the scene. Police say more information will be released upon further investigation. In the early morning hours of May 15, 2021, the sounds of rang out from a Chicago house party. According to the police report, a gun opened fire just after 3 a.m. during a house party on the 7800 block of South Loomis Boulevard, hitting 5 people. The targets' identities have not been released, but all were in their 20s. The 26-year-old man was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he passed away, authorities said. Police reported that the second was a 21-year-old man who was taken to the University of Chicago. 4 other targets were hurt but are recovering.
Fired into the group, fled the scene, and is still on the run.
There were 12 incidents like this during a single weekend in May 2021. Experts believe the COVID-19 pandemic is responsible for the rise in such instances. What do you think? Tell us in the comments section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more great news content.